speaking of gambling, here are the odds. There's no good segue here. These are the evils of gambling. These are the realities of gambling. You can place a bet on who will win the division. And the Ravens are the favorites again in the AFC North, despite being 2-5. At 2-5, they're minus 125. At 2-6, the Browns are plus 3,500. The Steelers had finally overcome the Ravens as the favorites in the AFC North. But with the Steelers now losing 2 in a row and trending in the wrong direction, and the Ravens getting to 2-5 and having Lamar Jackson coming back this week, the Ravens, Devin, once again the favorites, even at 2-5 to win that division.
Which is crazy to think about, but I think you might have said it, someone said it, a few weeks ago. When you look at the rest of their schedule, it's hard to imagine that they can't turn it around and get it going. I just think the hard thing is what you said earlier. How many losses is too many? And they are running a slippery slope of what's too many losses to kind of capitalize, because at some point in the next 2 weeks, somebody's going to catch fire. It's either going to be Baltimore, it's going to be Pittsburgh, that is able to win, call it 2 or 3 games, that if they go the other way, that's the end of your season. And Baltimore has made that. If they slip up maybe 2 more times, 3 more times, like that's it. Like there's you have 5 losses already. So I think it's hard, and I get the odds of it, but I think it's going to be hard for them to accomplish.
And you used a key word there, slippery slope. I just want to address one thing, and I know we need to go. We're already behind. That's what happens. But the show will end, as it always does, at 8:58 a.m. Eastern. From our perspective in the sports media, this whole gambling experience is a slippery slope. And I'm sensitive to it. Devin, I'm sure you're sensitive to it. Look, the sports books are sponsoring a bunch of different shows. You're going to hear a read for DraftKings coming up. Now, you may have noticed in recent weeks, I don't do them anymore. And you know what? I became a conscientious objector because I have concerns. I don't have a deal with DraftKings. I don't have a deal with anyone. And I don't plan on having one because there are many problems out there, as we saw last week. And gambling is inevitable. The genie's not going back in the bottle. And yeah, we do a pick show every week, but I'm also a firm believer in the integrity of the game. And it's one thing to pick against the spread. It's another thing to mess around with these freaking prop bets that I think are the crack of gambling and the root of all the problems with inside information. So I understand it's a slippery slope, and gambling is legal, and it's normalized, and it's monetized. But at the same time, I think the integrity of the game is paramount, and that's what I'm trying to protect. So it's possible to do 2 things at once. It's possible to understand that gambling is part of it, but also want to minimize the misuse of inside information and encourage the sports league, specifically the NFL, to avoid the kind of scandal that will hurt the integrity of the game. With that, we're going to take a break. And when we return, after you hear the read that isn't done by me, we're going to take a look at which teams should be buyers or sellers with the trade deadline looming just 1 week from today.
DraftKings Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the MFL, and new customers can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download the app and use promo code PUNTER when you sign up. DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.